To set the scene for our argument of trying to answer the question, what is the best diet to have? We have two gentlemen meeting up for lunch. The gentleman in gray is a meat lover, while the gentleman in black is a vegan.
This place looks good.
Yeah, what are you thinking about ordering?
Probably the spring mix salad with extra salad on the side.
For me, I'm probably gonna go with the 18-ounce steak with the lamb chop, goat heart, and sheep liver on the side.
You know, all that meat isn't good for you, right? I'm surprised you're still alive eating like that.
Well, all those leaves aren't good for you either, you know. You're a human being, not a rabbit, right? So, who is right? Well, before we answer that question, we're going to need to look at both sides. First, let's start with veganism.
We should start off with the definition of a vegan. Most people think a vegan is someone who is basically a vegetarian. Someone who only eats vegetables and leaves and etc. But in reality, a vegan is someone who does not eat or use animal products, such as eggs, dairy, or anything of animal origin. Vegans believe that animals have the same pursuit of life and freedom as we do. There are different types of vegans, such as those who are ethical, but those who are strictly dietary but use animal products, such as from clothing. People should go vegan for many reasons. Vegans choose their diet for a variety of reasons: health, religion, concerns about animal well-being, animal cruelty, use of antibiotics, or a desire to eat in a way that is environmentally friendly. Some people even choose to go vegan because meat is expensive. According to an article at Harvard Health Publishing, about 68 million adults in the US eat no meat, fish, or poultry. Before the current connotations of veganism, there are studies that said no meat diets cause potential nutritional deficiencies. But in recent years, there has been even more studies that suggest eating no meat is not only nutritionally sufficient, but can also help reduce chronic illnesses. According to the same article, vegans tend to consume less saturated fat, cholesterol, and consume more vitamin C and E, dietary fiber, folic acid, potassium, magnesium, and phytochemicals such as carotenoids and flavonoids. Vegans are more likely to have a lower cholesterol, blood pressure, and body mass index. According to another study, vegans were 25% on average less likely to die of heart disease. Who doesn't want to not die from heart disease? Another major one is cancer. According to a cross-cultural study, populations with the highest levels of fat consumption have the highest death rates from breast and colon cancer. The lowest rates are in countries with the lowest consumption of fats. Eating meats gives you more fats than eating vegetables. Another study suggests that there is evidence that animal fat is more harmful than vegetable fat. Not all fat is bad, but most of them are. Meat is more closely associated with colon cancer than any other type of food. Diabetes is another major problem in the world. It is a condition difficult to treat and expensive to manage. Going vegan can help maintain optimal blood glucose concentrations. A study posted in the Journal of Education and Health Promotion states that the proper key to controlling and balancing glucose and insulin in the blood. And the first step to doing that is changing what you eat. Carbohydrates such as maize, rice, beans, bread, potatoes, etc. should be consumed. Any drink with sugar should be avoided. Animal fats such as butter, lard, egg yolk, and other foods high in saturated fatty acids should be reduced to a minimum. Protein should be restricted from often to rarely eaten. Going vegan has many health benefits, and there are very few downfalls to it.
Now that we have some background and info on what veganism really is and all of the different benefits of following a vegan diet, let's take a look at the other side, the meat. But first, let's define what an all-meat/mainly meat diet is. According to Chuni Brucey of tapjeans.com, an all-meat diet is a diet that cuts out most, if not all, carbohydrates, with fats and protein being the main building blocks of the diet. The trend is part of the movement called the Zero Carb Living movement, and the basic principle is to avoid any and all carbs in your diet. For this argument, we will be examining diets that consist of mainly meat. These diets include the Atkins and Paleo diets. Both diets call for little to no carbs at all and consist of mainly meat. Now, let's talk about all the different benefits of taking on a diet that consists of consuming mainly meat, such as the Paleo and Atkins diet. With the paleo or Atkins diet, you'll be cutting out a lot of processed and unnatural foods that contain a lot of chemicals. With a diet like this, you won't be able to eat a lot of junk food, processed food, even a lot of fast food. That is because oftentimes all of these things don't support a mostly meat diet. With junk food and fast food, there comes a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of bad fat. However, by cutting out all the junk, processed, and fast food, a person can lose weight very easily. This is due to the fact that some types of carbohydrates, such as white flour, white rice, and foods made with added sugar, they contain small molecules of glucose that are easy to digest, so they enter the bloodstream very quickly. And because of this, blood sugar spikes, and then insulin is released to remove the excess sugar. While that's a critical job, it can lead to weight gain very fast. And when there's too much sugar in the bloodstream, and insulin can't restore balance by transporting the sugar to cells to use for energy, it sends messages to the liver that it's now time to store food as fat. So by cutting out a lot of carbohydrates from one's diet, they stop spiking their blood sugar, thus preventing further storage of food into fat. Meat also helps blood sugar levels to be stable due to its fat and high protein content. And a steady blood sugar is critical in preventing type 2 diabetes as well as other chronic diseases. It also helps to keep energy levels steady and creates a feeling of fullness between meals, reducing cravings for unhealthy foods. And with stable blood sugar, you're less likely to drool for fattening snacks and sweets between meals, battling those sugar cravings to shovel a handful of gummy bears in your mouth. Furthermore, meat also contains vitamins and minerals that aid in muscle growth, like zinc, which assists in muscle repair, and iron, which boosts energy levels and combats fatigue. Meat also contains creatine, a nitrogen-containing compound that improves protein synthesis and provides muscles with energy, encouraging muscle gain.
You do have good points, but all the protein for the meat might not be worth it because all of the diseases and health risks, such as scurvy. Vitamins and other minerals are essential to human health. Eating only meat or mostly meat is very unhealthy. You may be cutting out carbohydrates and sugar because you choose to eat mainly meat, and that may help you lose weight and prevent diabetes and high cholesterol, but it still cancels out because you have a risk of heart disease and your immune system weakening. Meat may help you bulk up and give you more muscle, but the vitamins you're losing out isn't worth it. The human body has many complicated systems, and the various vitamins you get from eating vegetables and stuff help support them. Going all meat can be sustainable for some, but for the average person, it's not, and eating vegetables or even going vegan is more healthier.
Going vegan might be healthier, but one loses out on a massive source of protein and vitamin B12. Drinking supplement pills and multivitamin pills is not the same as eating a well-cooked meal. There's been numerous cases of people eating only meat and suffering minimal health risks. While people can survive on a meat diet, I will admit that they have to eat the entire animal, not only a part, such as a chicken wing or a steak. Research suggests that the Inuit people ate mainly meat and they rarely ever ate any plants. People definitely have the ability to survive on meat diets, but they can't be picky. The statement that eating meat makes you gain a lot of weight is definitely not true. If one is gaining muscle mass, one is also gaining weight. Meat is littered with omega-3 and it's essential for the human body. Countries with diets consisting of mainly meat are known to have longer lifespans. Fish have omega-3, and people that eat fish at least twice a week, as recommended by the American Health Association, helps reduce the risk of heart disease by a noticeable amount than those who do not. The University of Maryland Medical Center states that there needs to be a perfect diet between omega-3 and omega-6, and the Mediterranean diet is the perfect balance. It consists of grains, fruits, olive oil, garlic, and of course, meat. Meat is essential to the human diet and provides more benefits than cons.
Okay, there are obviously many different things wrong with both sides of our diets. However, there are also a lot of different things right. Let's not make this into a heated argument and see what we can agree on, as we both have positive to our sides. Well, first of all, I do agree that there are problems with my vegan diet, and maybe meat should be consumed to all the benefits that you pointed out. However, I don't believe that consuming mainly meat and all meat diet is very sustainable for people, resources, or the environment. Eating only meat or mainly meat is expensive, and many animals will have to die for a couple meals. How about the Mediterranean diet, where a good balance of both diets promotes sustainability for both people and the environment?
A diet where I can still have my meat without having to resort to eating only fruits and vegetables? I like that. With this diet, we are able to have the best of both worlds with all the health benefits from both diets. Well, it seems like our two gentlemen were able to remain friends and come to a consensus without all the fist fighting. Well, that is until the next time they have lunch.